All right, let me get some shit straight, y'all. Hold on a second here. Let me get my shit together. Feel like I got a little rusty. 6 days ago. I mean, taking a 6 day off was a little, mm, eh. Let's go with this air right here. Yeah, I like air. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like air. I like that. Let's go with that tonight. So check it out, peoples, ladies and gentlemen. How you guys doing? It's Wheelers Podcast. We back in the space. What's happening? My camera right, man. It seems like I'm a little dim, maybe ish. Maybe not. Maybe because my shirt is just so damn white, and I got this black, my TV black background or whatever. So check it out. Welcome to the Wheelers Podcast, a package of lies show. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. Uh, you know, it's a whole lot that we have to understand about being in this country. First and foremost, let me get some music playing. I want to listen to a little music tonight. You know what I'm saying? Little lounge music or some R&B, maybe something like that. You know. See what we got here. Uh, I'm not feeling it. All right, we can do something like that. That's cool. We can rock with it. Check it out. All right, we straighten it out. We straighten it out. So let me tell you something about oh yeah, when you got a package of lies. Check it out. A package of lies is America telling a fabricated story. A lot of people bought into that fabricated story and they really thought everything was real. Just because you have an agreed upon lie doesn't shift it into truth. It's still a lie. You understand? Really doesn't matter how you feel about yourself or how you feel about the actual lie that you want to tell. But let's be clear. Let me see if I can get it's private chat. Let me see something real quick. Trying to see if I can open up the chat. Here we go. Show. Yeah. Show on stream. Okay, cool. So now you got the chat. Yeah, okay. So my uncle had pretty much told me to make sure you put the chat up. I said, okay, I'll put the chat up and shit. You know what I'm saying? No problem. Anyway, check it out. This package of lies. What we like to do is uncover a lot of truths. Specifically, I had one book out on top specifically because I've shared this book a time or two. The Negro Rulers of Scottish and British Isles. You'll get to see people like Malcolm the First, Indolf. And see, these are the times like I'm gonna tell you how long they ruled Europe before these recent times. This is 943 AD. Check it out. The Christian, Moorish, converted Negro, Pictish King Malcolm I, the son of Donald II, succeeded his cousin Constantine II in AD 943. His two sons were Kenneth Dove and Kenneth II, who also who also ruled Scotland. There were constant wars in his reign, as from the days of his ancestor Kenneth MacAlpin, Niger, Valdob, Malcolm was slain during a rebellion in AD 954 and was succeeded by his blood cousin Endo, the son of Constantine II. Like his predecessors, Malcolm's Negro Moorish blood flows through his veins today, British royal family. He is the 13th great-grandfather of Elizabeth II. The king died in AD 954. Check it out. You can't mistake that face. And then look at Endolf. Malcolm, now look at Endolf. Endolf was clearly swarthy as well. Check this out. The Christian converted Moorish black king Endolf, the son of his Constantine II, ruled Scotland AD 954 to 962. He defeated the Danish king Eric, but was also later slain by the Vikings and was succeeded by his third cousin Kenneth the Niger Dope. Endolf fathered 3 sons, by which his elder, Cullen, was also eventually become king. Like his predecessors, Endolf, a Negro Moorish blood, continued to flow through his veins today. British royal family, along with other extended European families. King Endolf was the great-grandson of Kenneth MacAlpin. Great-grandson. Then you got the real Kenneth, the Niger, Dulp. Christian Moors converted Pictish King Kenneth, the Niger, Black Duffy, the great-grandson of Kenneth MacAlpin, also Scottish, ruled AD 962 to 966. This triumph king ruled 3 provinces in the Scottish Alba Highlands. He also was the first son of Malcolm I. MacDonald was first killed at Forest Murray by devotees of his third cousin Cullen. See, pay attention to the symbolism on their garbs. Now you see where their houses come from, and when they get their whole pretty much ordeal and setup, their whole ways come from a Moorish persuasion. Swarthy. Yeah. Test it. Okay, too all right, we can bring that down a little bit. Okay. I also wanted to go back into the what I promised you. Yeah, we're going back into the Delectable Negroes book to show you what kind of awful foolishness that carried on with this bullshit here. We're going to start at chapter 2, Sex, Honor, and Human Consumption. Let me see. No, I read that one before. Let me get to, I read that one because I wanted to give you a second peek into this, because we're talking about specific situations. Y'all want to hear Eating Nat Turner? I think we should do domestic rituals of consumption. Hunger and gender inversions. See, let me tell you how you went from when their fathers ruled to where they had to have some manners about themselves. So now you get hunger and gender inversions. I attempted to demonstrate up to the point that when we talked about male rape more broadly, homoeroticism during slavery, we are implicitly addressing power from the forms of gender, sex, and corporeality. The open-ended nature of Luke's example, the resolute meaning we can never fully achieve from his body, sex, and gender. presents both in challenge and a number of theoretical potentials. We can marshal these potentials and apply them to a broader understanding of motherhood, consumption, hunger, and resistance in Jacob's narrative and in 19th century American culture in general. Luke's incomplete story and the incomplete record of homoeroticism within the historical record coincides with the relentless drive within the African American history and led us to achieve completion, to at least to convey completion. Completion to the levels of gender, sex, and body. As if the whole time we have strived against the possibility of a body that is part machine and part corporeal entity. I am referring to the body a mesh into a cotton gin, the body that a part machine, part rock, part torso is Luke. This threatens of disfigurements. Disfigurement takes the form of rehearsal, parental child roles, and body parts that are also disfigured, that can ascertain the shapes and shadowy forms only through discourse of filth, despotism, and the restraint. Sentimental silence. What would it mean, thought, to think about Jacob in particular, and the black womanhood of maternity more broadly as incompletely framework? What I meant here is incomplete. Is this: what if they did not fully and neatly facilitate ideas of racial uplift of the female reproductivity or as saving? What if Jacob did not construct black femininity to complement the suffering and subjectivity of the black male patriarchs? More broadly, what would it be, that model of black femininity that did not respond, that did not correct idea of black taint and lasciviousness? Through these questions, what am I attempting to convey in the rendering saying Jacob's personal genealogy as a political response? Albert, I bet, to repressive forces. We missed out on her hunger. We missed out on a fuller understanding of her sexuality as opposed to her reproductive capacity. Jacob's sexuality, above and beyond the significance of motherhood and reproductive capacity, had become increasingly more important to ascertain. Yet her sexuality outside of maternity is rarely given full treatment within black feminist and feminist scholarship. More broadly, what would it mean to break open, pry apart, and what holds a kind of suspended animation of very infrastructures that have allowed us to pursue our relatively complete understanding of maternally feminine genealogy and sexuality? For example, Jacob's narrative in the slave culture more broadly. See, the thing is, what I told you, I made a post the other day on Facebook. I said history is not repeating itself. It's just humanity degrading and being fucking stupid. I'm telling you, when you degrade humanity the way we have, the untruths, the misunderstandings, all the lies, all of saying that these things did not possibly happen, when you can actually see the ramifications of everything that has happened to us, everything that has been done specifically. Yeah, you can see it in the less men not wanting to be masculine or even want the responsibility of being a man. You want something easy. You don't even know how to be a husband or a man in no damn body. You probably need no, I ain't gonna say that. What you need to do is man up. See, the problem is some of you dudes don't like pressure. You don't even like to put pressure on yourself, which is what you should do every day. Always make yourself uncomfortable. Get the fuck out of a chair. Do some exercises. You need to bump up your masculinity. You got to bump up your damn what makes you you. Some of y'all got too much goddamn estrogen and you need some damn testosterone. You only can get that shit through moving. Moving your body, moving your mind, moving your nature, moving yourself, but don't burn out. Get your rest too. But there's a lack of masculinity in the world. That's what I see. The lack of masculinity, the lack of masculine principles. Even the lack of understanding. Because you lie to yourself and everything starts with your ass. You, pimp, for real. But that's what's going on in this specific society that we live in. Everybody's afraid to be accountable. You're afraid to stand up and admit the shit that you do. Why? Because you're a motherfucking coward, man. And that's how that shit work when you weak like that. That's how they go. Yeah, no pun intended, but that's what that shit is. There's a whole lot of men out here that want women to do all the damn work, make all the goddamn money, and still be a fucking woman to you. You better take this little bit. That's all I got. That ain't masculine, man. That's, boy, y'all don't know. I'm gonna tell you something. If you the man of a household, if you got a home, if you and your wife got a house together, I can guarantee you one thing. There's nothing wrong with understanding what each other's roles are. Everything in no damn argument, everything in no damn fight, it should be an understanding, a clear understanding. So therefore, nobody's ever misunderstood. And then, like I told you, I said once again, you got to watch how you talk to your mates, because all this lying and shit that y'all do, that's manipulation to get your motherfucking way. I'm trying to tell you. Those are ways that you like to pursue. And that's what gets you in trouble with your mate. Your fucking lies, man. I'm telling you, no little white lies, any little lie. Because all you don't want to happen is you don't want to deal with the real equation if they know the truth. Yeah, that shit really still is all on you, though. For real. So check it out. I need y'all to practice something for me real quick. I need y'all to practice telling the truth, not lying. How about that? Just practice telling the truth. You'll feel so much better. You'll feel so much lighter, and everything will be rooted purely when you tell the truth. But when you lie, you cause grief. You lie when you cause grief with everybody around you. Everybody can feel the grief that you give off because you will lie. And you will always bring it back to how you feel, which is why you tell yourself that fucking lie. Because you don't want to feel the truth about your real actions and what you really do. So let's just smile and forget about it. I just wish this never happened, but you fucking did it though. You did it. How you gonna be mad about some shit that you did? You better own it. The quicker the better. And that's the truth. The quicker, the faster, the better. Seriously. The faster you come to the realization that you did that shit and that shit is your fault, best thing you can do is say, hey, you know what? I'ma own that. Because you got to get back to moving too. When you sit with that, when you sit with all of that shit, that guilt, that lies, all of that bullshit, when you sit with that, or even when you're moving with it, you're a few times heavier, 2 or 3 times heavier, sometimes 5 times, depending on the weight of the fucking lies that you tell. You'll never be free lying. Even I don't give a fuck how many times you tell yourself the truth. You know what a lie is. And I don't give a shit how nobody made you feel, because guess what? You made yourself feel that way, not them. That's a you problem. Well, how about you were wrong and you should forgive yourself for being wrong? That's a problem too, right? Always put yourself in a position to forgive yourself, because that is so necessary. That way you can move forward. Precisely. You know what I'm saying? You can really pivot your way out of a lot of equations as long as you tell yourself the truth, forgive yourself, so that you can open up the relationships that are good for you around you. And if you don't want those things, well, don't partake. That shit is okay too. Understand that. That's why distance is good. Yeah, man, this is good because you get to see when you're in a position to just be able to be alone and you're happy with sitting with yourself when you are alone and you feel so at peace and you have no regret. You don't have none of these things or these outside entities drawing at you as if you need them. Because you need nothing but you and your heart and your mind to renew. You know what I'm saying? You got to renew yourself, renew your mindset. Those things, that's how you fucking get to it. Sitting with yourself and being happy or full of joy. That way, when you actually go out into being with other people, they can feel the good permeate from you because you have addressed your issues with yourself, right? So when you do that, that brings you an abundance of inner peace, and you have peace to give, peace to, the peace has to go around too, because that peace comes with resolutions, right? The story's never over when you gain the peace. When you got the peace, you got to have resolution behind that. That's the gift, right? It's the gift. The resolution is within the gift. That's how it goes. That's how you can resolve your problems, because it takes a heart to be able to give right and properly and justly. And that way you ain't giving too much either. You get to reserve some, take some for yourself. Make sure you don't never deplete yourself. Don't ever give so much out to where you can't even be perceptive when something good is coming to you. That's the processes of renewal with your mind, so that you can see good coming. You can also see the bad too. And that's why you got to throw the repellent on. You got to repel the bad spirits and energies that want to access the vampire you. They want to suck the good out of you, so they can say, well, I guess they weren't as strong as they thought you was. I guess you won this. So I guess. And they're not mad about it either. When they're in these energy takers, they're not mad about the shit that they do. They're proud of it. Proud to be a soul sucker. So I'm teaching you how to protect yourself, protect your soul, protect your intricate nature for you. That shit matter, man, for real, in a real way. You'll fuck around and be feeling good one day and you're so susceptible, or maybe you're innocent, or maybe you just feel this way and you're susceptible and you have weaknesses to this bad energy that shit is draining, because you got to throw up defenses to defend that shit, and it still seeps through. That means you have to get stronger at that point. That's when you have to show up, because that outside force never fucking stops. Never. That son bitch always up here throwing haymakers and trying to take you out. But see, that's also the predicaments that you can put yourself in too. You might want to be careful with who you associate with, because they're liars. You can't trust a fucking liar, man. It's just not possible. That's why you have those defenses that you end up putting up like that, because motherfuckers be lying. And your good nature would love to tell them, oh, they telling the truth. They wouldn't do me like that. They wouldn't do me like this. They wouldn't treat me like that. They wouldn't. Oh, yes, the fuck they would, and they will, and they are doing it currently. You just don't know it. Some of you don't understand the type of predicaments that you are in. You are genuine, wonderful people, but you're in a den of snakes. A package of fucking lies. Yeah, that's what people do. They don't got no loyalty to nothing but a lie. You got your secret. I know your secret. You got your lie. I got my lie. We straight. We gonna tell the same. Oh. Watch out for people that got that good old package of lies. Because when they start telling them, they ain't gonna motherfucker stop. It's gonna be like this right here. Just fucking lie. Lie when I want. Just I'm gonna keep on doing it now. Somebody stop me. That's what you're gonna get from them kind of people. They're never gonna stop. So you may enjoy their company. You may enjoy being around them. You may enjoy a lot of things. Or maybe you're a liar too. You ever thought about that? Maybe you are in the situation because you love to lie yourself. And you're just trying to get better at the fucking thing yourself, huh? It's a shame what lies do. They degrade your brain. You can't remember all them motherfuckers that y'all tell. You can't remember all them lies. It's fucking impossible. See, when you stick to the truth, it may be less. Nah, I doubt that too. See, the truth is stranger than fiction, so the truth is always great when you tell it. I wish people told more of it. Then it'd be easier to differentiate who's lying and who tells the truth. That day coming too, but that's the show tonight. I may come back on. Me and Dr. A.E. supposed to come back on a little later, but just wanted to let you know. Get rid of your package of lies. They're no good for you. They hold you back. They hinder you. Man, they make you sort of intolerable. You gotta put up with a motherfucker like just lying with you, lying to you all the time. God damn, I'm good. I like truth. It's good for the soul. It's good for the heart. It's good for your blood flow. Anyway, that's the show tonight. Might be back. Might not. I don't know. We're going to come back. We're going to come on back. Yeah, you know we're going to come back. Anyway, thank you. Appreciate you tuning into the Wheel This podcast. And come on. Favorite part of the show. Let's get to it. Come on. The wheel is yours. See you in a bit. I'll let you. Y'all be good tonight. Happy Friday. Peace.